Greetings of the day, students, and welcome to the session based on Bridge Course Geography. My name is Dr. Sarika Joshi. I am the Assistant Professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pune. The objectives of today's session are the importance of political maps, and the second objective is role of political maps in travel and tourism. Political maps of India hold significant importance for various reasons encompassing administrative, educational purpose, economic purpose, and for certain geographical aspects. We shall see these aspects in detail in this particular session. The first aspect is based on administrative division and governance. So in the political map, the state and the union territory boundaries are clearly demarcated. These boundaries of the 28 states and 8 union territories in India can be noticed on the political map. This is very crucial for administrative purpose, enabling efficient governance and management of various resources. Another point under administrative is the districts and its subdivisions. Detailed political maps often include divisions within the states such as districts, which are very important for the local governance, law enforcement, and implementation of government policies and schemes. The second objective of learning about the political maps is for its educational use or purpose. In geography, many of you must have learnt about the political maps. The geographical education is important, and political maps are the fundamental tools in educational curriculum to teach the students about political geography of the country. They help the students understand the layout of country's administrative regions. After this, let us see the third importance of learning political maps, that is economic planning and development. Resource allocation can be generalized with the help of political maps, which will help in planning and distribution of resources. For instance, identifying which states or districts need more infrastructural development or where can the economic policies should be targeted. In these cases, the political maps can be used. Apart from that, certain investment and business decision-making policies can be done with the help of learning or understanding the political maps of India. Another importance about political maps is the geopolitical awareness. International borders is one of the concepts that can be well understood with the help of political map as a tool. Political map highlight India's international borders with the neighboring countries, which is vital for understanding the geopolitical relations and considering the security implementations. Some disputed territories are often marked as disputed regions. To give you an example, such as Jammu and Kashmir, and these are essential for comprehending India's territorial integrity and foreign policy challenges. Now, considering the next highlight of the political map is the cultural and the social insight. Diversion and demographics. Political maps can reflect the diverse culture and the socialism of India by highlighting the various regions of India with its unique languages, its cultures and traditions. Election maps. During elections, Political maps show constituencies and it becomes crucial in understanding the voting patterns, political party strongholds, and electoral trends. Further, the political maps can also be useful for disaster management and for environmental planning. They are used in disaster management planning by delineating the regions that may be prone to natural disasters and facilitating the coordinated response or the efforts which are needed to take care of the disaster. Environmental policies. Political maps help in planning environmental conservation efforts by identifying the regions which require ecological interventions. So far, we have seen multiple benefits, but the most important benefit from this course point of view is the importance of political map for travel and tourism purpose. So these maps can be used for navigation, which is extremely useful for the tourist, and to understand the different states, the regions, which will help them in laying or planning out their travel plans. So like I mentioned that political maps are extremely important for tourists and help them in planning their travel itinerary, let us now see in detail as to how these political maps can help the tourists to explore better and to have a very good experience. The very first important use of political maps for tourists is for navigation and route planning. When you travel, you have to make travel itineraries in advance, which will help the travelers to plan their itinerary and providing them the clear-cut layout of that particular city or a state and making them easier for travel and tourism needs. Transportation networks. The political maps show major roads, national highways, railways and airports, and that assists the tourist in selecting the most efficient mode of transportation for their journey. To give you an example of Rajasthan in India, to elaborate how political map can help in navigation and for tourism planning. So when we consider Rajasthan, the travel itinerary, let's say, may include Jaipur, which is also known as Pink City, and the political map will mark Jaipur, which is the capital of Rajasthan. This city is known for its historic forts and palaces such as Hawa Mahal, Amber Fort and City Palace. Another city that it can highlight is Jodhpur, which is called as Blue City, and Udaipur, which is called as City of Lakes. So this political map may highlight Udaipur for its famous lakes like Lake Pichola and palaces such as City Palace. Wouldn't it then be easy for you to plan an itinerary as to what interests you will be actually shown on the map before you visit a particular destination? Not only that, routing is extremely important. Routing or route planning is done to calculate the distance between the cities. For example, the map will show that Jaipur is approximately 335 kilometers from Jodhpur, making it very clear for the traveler to plan out an itinerary. It will help you in finding out the major highways and connecting railways or roadways. Transport hubs such as maps would mark the important hubs like Jaipur International Airport, or it could be a major railway station or a bus terminal, depending on the type of transport that you would like to choose. The itinerary can also be planned with the help of this particular map, such as 2 days at Jaipur and then another 2 days at Jodhpur, followed by Udaipur, so forth and so on. Moving on, we have so far seen that political maps can be extremely helpful in navigation and route planning. The second importance for travel and tourism of political maps is the identification of the tourist destinations. So for those who are the new travelers, state-wise attractions or what culture and region-wise it is important or it is famous for in the particular state can be noted through the political maps. In the further sessions, you will see in detail as to which states of India or which part of India is famous for various festivals, events and that particular culture, and what role does the political map has in it. Not only this, political maps also help in travel logistics. Logistics such as important is accommodation. So when a traveler visits a particular destination, which hotels or any other places such as dharamshalas or there can be guest houses or there can be homestays which are available for the guest to stay in that particular area. To give you a very common example of Goa, the political map may help the tourist in assisting the accommodation services as well as the ancillary travel services. So, for example, whether you want to visit the North Goa or South Goa, in case you want to visit North Goa, you can see the highlighted beaches or the famous beaches such as Kalangut, Baga Beach, which are known for their accommodation options and which will help you right from luxurious villas or resorts to the budgeted properties. Isn't it convenient then for a tourist to choose his accommodation before visiting the place? Also, not to forget that it's not only about the accommodation but also about the food that we visit a particular region or a city for. So the political map will also highlight the famous hotels, restaurants or a particular cuisine of that area. Certain essential services such as hospitals or police stations or as simple as ATM bank or ATMs or banks can also be a feature of a political map. Apart from this, certain tourism facilities such as guided tour services and local transport hubs, which are essentially needed by the tourist, can be marked on the political maps. They indicate areas where tourists can find operators offering them guided tours. For example, in Old Goa, guide tours are available for visiting the Basilica of Bon Gems and the Cathedral Church. Railway stations such as Madgaon or Vasco da Gama can be marked on the map for a tourist who is visiting Goa, providing him important rail connectivity. Of course, as we know, Goa is very famous for its beaches. They too can be marked on the map. Along with this, as mentioned earlier, the political map will help in briefly defining the itinerary such as arrival, arrival destination, arrival route, accommodation, meals, meal planning, sightseeing, other activities and emergency services as tourism facilities which can be an essential or a crucial part of travel logistics. Moving further, it is very important for a tourist to know the regional regulations or permits in the area that the tourist is planning to visit. Travel restrictions. Some areas in India, particularly the border regions or ecologically sensitive zones, may have travel restrictions or they may require certain permits. Political map thus help the travelers to identify these areas and essentially comply with the legal or the local regulations. Not only that, the cultural sensitivities, that is, understanding the regional boundaries and respecting the local custom or the tradition, becomes an essential phase of any political map. Continuing with the importance of political map for any tourist, it is extremely important that we consider tourist safety and security. To help or assist a tourist, a political map may provide emergency services, which a map show the locations of police stations, medical facilities, embassies, consulates, which are crucial for the tourist safety and any kind of emergency situation. As mentioned earlier, disaster management. So in case of any natural calamity or disaster or an emergency situation, the political map may guide the tourist to reach the safe zones and help them understand the evacuation routes. Not only all these important things, but a political map may also be used for promotional tool for a tourism. Tourism marketing, which is an extremely important concept and is widely used, maps play an important role there. Let me give you an example of Kerala and the promotional tools for tourism by using the political maps. So these maps can be used to make tourism brochures and guides. Let's say political map of Kerala is prominently featured in tourism brochures and guides. So what they do? They mark the boundaries, they mark the major cities, tourism attractions, and help it is easier for them to understand the potential customer. For example, the brochures use this map to spotlight the Kerala's renowned attractions such as backwaters of Alappi, hill stations of Munnar, or it can be beaches of Kovalam, which will be appealing for a tourist to visit the particular destination. Themed marketing, which is a concept or a type of marketing wherein the brochures use these political maps to create a theme travel route. To quote an example here, such as the spice route of covering the spice plantations or the beach trail highlighting the coastal attractions of Kerala, is the best example to help me explain you the importance or use of political map in tourism marketing. Political maps, another highlight is the cultural and the historical context. Historical tours especially use this political map for essentially organizing the tours and mentioning the locations of historical significance, heritage sites, ancient monuments which are spread across the states. Not only this, festivals which are highlight of Indian tourism can also be marked based on the political maps. At the end of this session, we can conclude that political maps of India are indispensable in travel and tourism industry. They assist the tourist in effective trip planning, ensuring the tourist safety and complying him with the local governance. It helps in highlighting the cultural and the regional destinations, attractions, and promoting the tour by providing a comprehensive view of the country's diverse destinations. This makes political maps an essential tool for both tourists and the tourism industry in India. I shall highlight major such tourism destinations in the upcoming video based on the significance of political map. Till then, you have a good time. Thank you so much for listening.